Okay.
Baltimore, but it's not Buffalo. So.
All right. They gentrified it. They fixed it up a little bit. Did they fix it up a little bit since the 70s and 80s when I was there?
Oh, quite a bit.
Okay, good deal.
And even the university's moved into the downtown now with different buildings.
Where do you live in Syracuse? Just real quick, where do you live in Syracuse before you lose everybody?
I live in the suburbs, in the burbs in Manlius.
Okay, good. All right, cool. What's your question, Ray?
Hey, I missed your show on Monday, but I know you were going to talk about brain health, and you're going on with that again today. But I wrote this article about 2 years ago, which was it transformed me. It was about MCTs associated
medium chain triglycerides. Medium chain triglycerides.
Yep, medium chain triglycerides. Yep.
Oh, they're awesome.
And interacting with how they interact with ketones with certain diets. Diets that produce more ketones. This article was about a woman who was a doctor who was reading the American Medical Journal, and she was astounded to see a pharmaceutical quote breakthrough with this new pill coming out that would not stabilize but somewhat reverse Alzheimer's and or what's the other Alzheimer's and the other brain disease. But anyways, she was really attracted to this article in the AMA because her husband of 35 years, who was an accountant, she's a doctor, had succumbed to Alzheimer's, and he didn't recognize anyone in his family. He's at that point where it was at the point of quote unquote no return. However, she read this article in AMA, and the main ingredient in this pharmaceutical. Coconut oil.
Oh, yeah. Coconut oil is about 65% or so MCTs. Coconut oil is it.
She was astounded that the article said it not only stabilized the condition, but it improved it, which she said, in her opinion, no other drug did that. So
can you imagine this?
It's crazy. So she gives her husband a tablespoon of oil, coconut oil, in the morning and in the afternoon or in the evening.
And what happened?
Well, she gave him a clock test, which they give Alzheimer's patients. Draw the face of a clock, 1 through 12 in the hand.
Right.
And on day 1, he drew a scribbly, not even a circle. Day 7 or 8, after 1 week, he drew the face of a clock with 80% of the numbers in their place. After 2 weeks, he drew almost a perfect clock once again. After 3 weeks,
that's great.
It was a perfect clock.
I'm telling you, man, this is what we're capable of.
His family, everybody. After 2 months, he's balanced. He couldn't even walk. He had this gaunt. She said a gaunt that he was unstable walking. He lost his gaunt. He could communicate. He knew everybody.
That's amazing.
Now he jogs, and now he volunteers at the hospital.
And all he's doing is coconut oil, nothing else?
Coconut oil. But she did say when he goes off of it for a couple of days, he starts to succumb again.
That's amazing. That's a great story.
Are the trigger. So
MCTs they're amazing. When I worked at University Hospital here in Denver as a pharmacist, I worked in what they call PEDS ICU and also neonatal ICU. These just tragic places. Denver is sort of a regional hub for folks to come, for kids and parents to bring their children to, when they're sick, they come to University Hospital. And so there's a lot of really sick children with digestive problems, especially with digestive problems, preemies and such. And these are kids who in the pharmacy, we would fill daily dose of coconut oil and MCT for these kids because MCTs are easy for the body to absorb. They're tremendously effective for digestive health, and they're very, very important, as you say, for brain health. And by the way, if you're trying to diet, MCTs, medium chain triglycerides, are burnt preferentially for energy. So you'll get energy, and they're not stored. So they're burnt for energy. The body handles them tremendously effectively. And they're as easy to obtain as going to your health food store and getting a jug of coconut oil, which is delicious, by the way. Thank you for pointing all this out, Ray. I appreciate it. Do you use coconut oil?
Yeah, I use this brand called from the Wilderness family. It tastes just like butter. My kids don't even know the difference.
Oh, it's so delicious. It's better than, it's as good as butter. I mix butter and when I'm cooking eggs and stuff, I use both coconut oil and butter because I like the taste of butter.
Yeah,
too.
the transition was easy, but I just use coconut oil now.
Well, good for
you. I want to ask you a question about when I love your products, I take everything from the BTT. It's changed my life.
Awesome.
I'm focused. I had ADHD, allegedly. I never took anything for it. But now, BTT, I take the OsteoFX. I take the few other things. I take the EFAs, of course, and the selenium, and I
Good
take
for you.
the nightly essence. And
Awesome.
I'm telling you, it just really has transformed me. But my question is, when in relationship to eating food should I take these or some of these?
It doesn't really matter. Nah, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's nice to have a little digestive juices going when you're taking your supplements, so it makes it a little easier to absorb. But if you don't have any food around or you miss your supplements, it doesn't make that big a difference. If you really, really wanted to max out on everything, probably there's certain foods and certain supplements you want to take with certain foods, or some on an empty, some on a full stomach. But for the most part, it's not a significant difference. For most of us, it's not going to make that much of a difference.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
And last thing, the nitrites. I heard you say they're okay, but I read a lot of bad things about how they interact with stomach acid. So I stay away from them myself. But
well, you're not going to be able to stay away from them. They're found in foods. But as it turns out, the nitrites and the nitrites and the nitrates are actually used by the body to make nitric oxide, which is very important. And I haven't forgotten our topic. We're going to get to it. I've been digressing a little bit, as I like to do on this program. But we're going to get back to talking about nitrates and nitric oxide. I'm going to tell you why the thinking on nitrates and nitrates has changed over the last few years. 10, 15 years ago, they would tell you, oh, you got to stay away from them. They're cancer-causing, etc. These days, there's a lot of literature that supports actually going out of your way to eat nitrates and nitrites. In fact, there's a lot of folks who believe that some of the more common diets, health diets, not negatively, but good, healthy diets that we're told that we're supposed to use, that we're supposed to indulge in, are actually nitric oxide building diets because they contain high levels of nitrates and nitrites. Got to move on. Thanks so much, Ray. I appreciate talking to you. Have a beautiful day, buddy. All right, we'll get to your phone calls when we come back. If you're on hold, hang tight. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
Hello, it's Tom Chenault from The Tom Chenault Show. We are experts in home-based business and residual income. We show people how to make money from their home, either part-time or full-time, and in partnership with Genesis Communication Network, we've organized a team to fight back about people not having money, time, or health. And we need your help. What we want you to do is, if you've got an interest in building an organization to fight back against people taking our money, taking our time, and taking our health, we want to talk to you. All you need to do is call this number, 855-308-8326. Again, all you want to do is call 855-308-8326. You can make a tremendous amount of money and end up fighting for a great cause. Please call us right now.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
Improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. Robert in Nevada, what is going on? Good morning.
Good morning, Ben. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Sure, what's up?
Before I go any further, I got to say, Ben, if there was such thing as the Mount Rushmore of nutrition, 3 of the 4 heads would be you, Wallach, and Glidden.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and so does Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach. Thank you, buddy. I'm in good company if I'm with those guys.
Yeah, you are that. Let's get right to it. 2.5 months ago, I was in a bus crash, and I suffered some fractures in my spine and my shoulder.
Okay.
When I went to the room for treatment, I had some CT scans done, which shows some interesting things aside from the fractures. I've got some arthritis going on in my lower spine, and I have some polyps in my liver, and a large prostate, and high blood pressure also, which I knew that.
How old are you?
54 years old, 5'9", 190 pounds.
Okay, so you got. Here's the deal: the spine and the fractures and the healing is going to be impaired by the other problems that you're having. It sounds like your blood sugars. Sounds like the blood sugar's off, so you're going to want to work on that. I'll give you some ideas here in a second. And then you haven't said anything about your digestive system, but in my experience, when the blood sugar's off, that usually follows long-term problems with the digestive system. I've yet to see a blood sugar problem that does not have either an associated or a preceding digestive condition. I'm sorry, you're about to say something going on, heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, that kind of thing, anything along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was tied to what I'm eating, digestion, et cetera. So
it's usually the first thing, buddy. It's always, not usually, always the first thing that you want to focus on. You guys, and I'm not just talking to Robert here, I'm talking to listeners, okay, and Robert too. We want to really get this idea of the complicated nature of health out of our heads. That only serves power structures. That only serves doctors in the medical model. This idea that it's complicated and that we need tests and diagnostics and medications and we got to go back for visits, et cetera, it just serves the people who are billing us for this stuff. Health is simple, and what you got to do for Robert or anybody else listening who's got a health condition, and it may not seem like it's connected, but it is. You're not going to heal your spine as long as you have digestive problems. It may not seem like the digestion is related to the spine, but it is. Number one, always the first thing is going to be to get some data, assess what kind of foods you're having an issue with. Now, you can assume it's going to be a food that you love, because usually it is. You can assume it's the big 5 foods that cause digestive problems: grains, legumes, eggs, dairy, and shellfish. Food allergies, I should say. But it's even better just to jot down everything you eat and then how your body feels after, or jot down your digestive symptoms and then what you ate 2, 4, 6 hours before. Either direction. You can do it with your symptoms first or the foods first, but Any way you look at it, you want to link your symptoms to your foods, and then you're going to eliminate those foods. Simultaneous with that, and this is for all health issues, you got to use digestive support, chief among which are going to be probiotics, as we've been talking about here today and yesterday. Probiotics, good bacteria. I love the Biolumin Nightly Essence, but you're going to have to play around with doses, and you may have to play around with brands. I would start off with the Biolumin Nightly Essence because it's got the enzymes in it, and it's got multiple strains. It's a good source of multiple strains of bacteria, and you're going to get a good healthy dose, and it's relatively cheap as far as these things go. But you might have to play around with the doses, and you might have to play around with the brands even. So about maybe